Hey, it's Mark Sumpter, and welcome back to Mark's Millionaire Challenge. And so, let's see. Today has been quite the busy day. I started out in the morning kind of going over some of the resumes that I got, scheduled some appointments for some interviews. And by the way, I also had an opportunity to talk to my title company guy. More about that here in just a second. But anyway. I've been pouring through and kind of narrowing down people that I thought would work. And so it looks like tomorrow I have some interviews scheduled, and we will see who I hire as an appointment setter. Quite frankly, I just might grab a couple people, test them out, and see who does what. Because let me tell you something, having that one guy who, really just, he gave me a taste of blood, and it was like remarkable. And so, I'm going to talk to some folks and see what I can get on board. But at the same time, I also had a conversation with another fellow warrior, and he made a suggestion regarding the first appointment setter that I hired. And so I'm really looking at revisiting that. Anyway, I'll keep you posted on what my decision is, whether or not I call this guy up and have some conversations with him or not. So we'll see. The other thing that is going on, which I'm pretty excited about for tomorrow, is the title guy that I talked to you guys about last week. Well, anyway, he and I are scheduled to meet tomorrow, and he is interested in my proposal, and my proposal to him will be several sites because he operates in several different cities. And so he's very much interested in being able to dominate for those cities, for that kind of work. And then more importantly, he has another side business where he talks about foreclosures, which he's really interested in getting that business up and running as well. And so, that is something I'll be talking with him about at length tomorrow. And so I'll let you know what the outcome of that meeting is going to be. But I do expect to close him on something tomorrow. Let's see. There was a question that I got, and I'm going to answer that. And it was from the blog, so thank you very much, for posting it there. And guys, please continue to post there. I'll do my best to answer them. I even got one from my good friend Jason, who thought that I was missing in action because I hadn't posted to my blog. Well, let me tell you what happened. I shot the videos, but I couldn't get them loaded for some reason. It just wasn't behaving, and I don't know why or what it was, but they're up now. And so go back, check out video number 10, check out video 11. Obviously, this is 12 of the challenge, and check that out. So anyway, one of the questions I got was, the big transition, and then ultimately the close. And so, in my opinion, the big transition and the close are two totally different things. The big transition for me is when you transition into listening to them talk about themselves and their business, and then you going into sort of a educational or teaching mode, or you opening their eyes, to what they're missing out on. Okay, and then from there's the close. And so for me, the transition is going from them talking about themselves and how they market themselves into you talking about ways that they can improve their marketing. Okay, and that's big because, frankly, if they're not accepting of the transition, which is if they're not accepting of your free advice, then they're not going to be accepting of you paying or them paying you money, for something either. Okay, so pay attention to that transition. And so the transition for me is always that one, when I ask that first question, and thank you, John, for the suggestion, and that is, how's your marketing going? How are you telling folks about your business? When they start talking about that, that's where the transition occurs. That's where you start talking about, how you can help them improve their business. And there's a million ways that you can explain how this happens. Some say, that you are show them your best, give them your best, and they'll be so impressed that they'll want to do business with you. That is true. Some would say that plant the seeds, okay, and they will become fruitful. Well, that is true too. Some would say it's God's work that you give, and if you give, then you'll receive. That is true too. Some would say that it's the universe, okay, and that when you put out good vibes and you do good things will come back to you. Well, you know what? That will work too. Look, I don't care what you call it. The bottom line is you help them. And if you help them, then you are building a relationship with them, and at some point, they will want to do business with you, whether it's today or whether it's 2 weeks from now. Okay, they're going to want to do business with you. The bottom line is that there's a 4-letter word that makes all of this work, and that is the word care. If you care and you show them that you care, then the money will come. It may not be that day, okay, but the money will come. And so I just wanted to be clear, about that, because that transition is very, very important. And so if they're willing to accept your advice, when you start offering up your best stuff to them, how they can fix those H1, H2, H3 tags, how they can do keyword research and come up with the best keywords, for their business, and how they can optimize their own website so that their website starts to rank better. Show them, give them your best stuff, okay? And I'm telling you, they're going to come back to you. It is a model that I've practiced for years. And I'm telling you, it just simply works. I mean, some even refer to it as the law of reciprocity. You give, and they will feel an obligation to give back to you when you ask for the sale, okay? That's true, too. Trust me, it all works. So whatever philosophy you subscribe to, however, whatever makes you feel that this is going to work, then you know what? By all means, you live by that, okay? Because if you do that, under whatever auspice you choose to believe in, it's going to work for you. I hate to sort of jump on a horse like that, but I just needed to get that out there because it was a very valid point that someone raised, and I wish I remember who it was who brought it up. You know who you are. Thank you for bringing that up. But transition is important. So if they're open to your ideas, then they're going to be open to writing you a check. If they're closed to the idea, that's okay. At some point, they're going to still recognize that you know what you're doing, you know what you're talking about. They're going to reach out to you. Then finally, there's the close. And the close happens in a number of ways. I mean, the close could be, they throw their hands up, surrendering to you and your knowledge and saying, can you just do this for me? The close may come in the form of you, asking, would you like for me to show you how I can help you, get this stuff done? I mean, the close can be a number of ways. And quite frankly, only you will know how to best close them. I wish that there was some scientific method to it, at least that I could offer you. Maybe, John Durham, could offer some ways. But, for me, I do what's comfortable for me, and you're going to do what's comfortable for you. And some of you, that would mean, that you're going to use, some kind of hard-charging, closing techniques. And for some of you, you're extremely uncomfortable with that. Kind of somewhere in between, I close them, but in some subtle ways. At least that's what I shoot for. And so, and I think that's what's going to make, my business successful. Are there better ways? Will I get better at it? Yes, I hope so. And some of you might write with some suggestions on how I can, be a better closer. I mean, look, I'm open to ideas, and if you got them, throw them at me, and let's talk about them. Let's discuss them. Let's debate them. Whatever. Okay, let's do it. Because this blog is a place I want to do that. So if you're open, let me know. So anyway, wanted to throw that out there to you. That's what's happening with me. I'm really excited about tomorrow for a number of things. One is I expect to get an appointment setter out of it, one or two. I also expect to close a deal tomorrow. That should be really exciting for me in the immediate future and then down the road with this client. So that's it for me for today. And geology rocks. And I'll see you guys on my next video tomorrow.